Hi guys, welcome to this Moneycontrol live stream. You're watching Midday Market Mood Check with me, Nandita Khemka, and my colleague Yatin Mota. Yatin, there is no Friday cheer
Mm,
for the markets, given the fact that we had slipped below that 19,300 mark as well. And today, even the broader end of the markets were not doing all that well, with both the Nifty mid and small cap indices in the red. Almost all the sectors led by the IT pack struggling in trade, but it was the PSU banking stock which managed to extend some of yesterday's gains and was eking out smallish gains, but nevertheless was in the green last time I checked. IT pack, as I mentioned, top loser today. All these names like Tech Mahindra, Infosys, TCS were in the red. But if you look at some of the gainers, Adani group of shares
yeah.
mentions reserves mentioned, given the fact that Adani Ports, Adani Enterprises, top movers on Nifty up somewhere around 4 to 5%. But other Adani group stocks were also up somewhere around 10% or thereabouts. We'll talk about what the trigger is for that. But aside of that, you have Eicher, Maruti among some of the gainers. And in fact, some of the FMCG names are also doing pretty well amid a weak market. But on the losing end, as I mentioned, Wipro, TCS, Infosys, Tech Mahindra, all among losers. Coal India was another name that was. Among the losers. But let's talk about the Adani group of shares.
Mm,
Reports were suggesting that UAE's Dhaka was interested in spending somewhere or investing somewhere around $2.5 billion in Adani Group's power units. But just a few minutes ago, I think I saw some flash from
they've
Bloomberg
denied it.
that said they have denied such reports. But nevertheless, Adani Group of stocks were rallying anywhere between 4 to 10% a piece in today's session. Aside of that, Yatin. By way of large caps, not much to talk about, but let's talk about some changes to the
Yeah.
Nifty Next 50 before we come to the mid cap end of the markets and movers there. So PNB and TVS Motor will be entering the Nifty Next 50 from September 29th. And what other stocks that will be entering is Shriram Finance, Trent, Zydus, all these names. But on the other hand, you have the likes of ACC, Nika, HDFC, AMC, Indus Towers, Page Industries, which by the way was one of the top users on Nifty 500. These are all the stocks that will be exiting Nifty Next 50 from September 29th. But aside of that, Yatin, a block deal in GMM Fodler today.
Yeah, GMM Fodler,
Hmm.
and the exchange notification indicates that GMM Inc., which is
Hmm.
the global company, has sold its entire shareholding in the company via block deals. Obviously, the names of the buyers will emerge in the pulse deal data, and that is one stock which was down almost 6-7%
Hmm.
intraday, but has managed to recover most of its losses. What's also doing well is the likes of Adani Power, and since GQG has bought the shares in Adani Power, the shares are moving in trade. In fact, the shares were 10% higher, and post the Taka denial,
Hmm.
the stock has seen some profit taking at higher levels, but still up 7%. Adani Green is up 7%. And if you look at the losers today, Manappuram, there was a buzz of the block
Hmm.
deal, which didn't happen. But yes, the stock is down almost 4.5%. A big panic selling in the futures segment. We also have Birla Soft and Astral,
Hmm.
the other stocks which are witnessing some profit taking. Both of these stocks are down nearly 3% each. Kochi Shipyard, after the move yesterday, has witnessed some bit of profit taking at higher levels, but clearly the Adani group of stocks, be it Adani Enterprises,
Hmm.
Adani Transmission, Adani Wilmar, all of these stocks gaining anywhere between 3 to 5%. Also, what's gaining in trade is the likes of Lemon Tree, that stock is up 5%, TV18, Network 18, both of these stocks are up. Astridium Healthcare, East India Hotels, and JB Chemicals are the other stocks which are moving quite aggressively in trade. What's also doing well, in terms of the stocks is Catholic Syrian Bank. That stock is up
Hmm.
6.5%. And also South Indian Bank, we had a management change
Yeah.
which got announced. One of the former executives at Karur Vysya Bank is all set to join South Indian Bank as the CEO in September. And post that announcement, stock was up as high as
Yeah.
10%. Also in the financials, we have Hoodco, which is gaining by 3.5%.
Right. I think we had a new listing also today, Concord
Yes,
Biotech,
yes.
RGA backed firm, which listed at 21%
Hmm.
premium to its issue price. And another IPO has also opened today, Yatin. Primary, forgetting the name, and it in fact opened for subscription today. The
Hmm.
issue prices are somewhere around 151 to 166 rupees or thereabouts. It's an industrial packaging company, Pyramid Technologies,
Hmm.
that has opened. The recent listing Yatharth Hospital is gaining traction on the
Yeah,
back of
yeah.
strong earnings in the first quarter. That stock was up somewhere around 8% when I last checked. But aside of that, I think second half, of course, we'll see
Hmm.
because global cues are not supportive. Asian markets were down, US markets were down on the
Hmm.
back of rate hike fears, and of course, China's Evergrande has filed for bankruptcy in the US. So cues coming out of globals are not supportive, but we'll have to see whether or not there's some kind of short covering that comes in the second half. The expert that I had in the morning had predicted that we may see some kind of short covering in the second half of the session. So we'll see whether that happens or not, or whether we get something to cheer about this Friday afternoon. But with that, it's a wrap on this midday market mood check. We'll be back with closing bell at 3:30 p.m. So don't forget to tune in. So for now, it's a goodbye from me and Yatin. Thanks a lot for watching, and for all your other news and updates, stay tuned to Moneycontrol.